A relationship that works is always very pleasant to see. It's so sweet to see the beauty of the love, the support they give to each other's purpose, and all the intentionality they put in to see that they are a reminder every day that they have chosen to do life with each other. When you see a beautiful relationship, it's almost easy to forget that the only reason why it's working is because of the fact that every other relationship that has been unsuccessful left out putting in the work. Anything that will thrive must be something we have intentionally invested in. And on the list of things that require intentionality, a relationship can never be left out. In today's discussion, we'll focus on the things that can stand as threats to romantic relationships and why they must be avoided. They include lack of commitment, assumptions, insecurities, disrespect, selfishness, laziness, and cheating. Let's get right to it. Lack of commitment. In every relationship, love must be present, and the truth about love is that it starts where feelings end and where commitments begin. It's very easy to feel emotionally attracted to another person of the opposite sex. They probably look great, speak amazingly well, have the perfect smile, and have really great lives going on for themselves. What's not to like? However, when you have a relationship with them, you realize that those feelings will not cover up for everything and take out the necessary work that you must put in. The two people in the relationship must be committed to each other. This includes choosing and considering each other first above everyone else, placing priority on your partner's well-being, considering each other's goals before making major decisions, and reminding yourselves that you have made the best choice. A relationship is not everything, but once you make the decision to have one, then you must be willing to commit to it and work together in agreement. When commitment is not present in a relationship, then it's a big threat, and that relationship is bound to end. And if it continues, it will be a nightmare to both parties. Assumptions. In any interaction with people, it's always good that we properly understand them. I've been in conversations where I was saying one thing, and the other person was speaking with me till he realized he was agreeing to what was in his head and not the words I was saying. He assumed that he knew where the conversation was heading, and agreed beforehand until he realized that he actually did not understand my point of view. Many relationships are threatened because many partners make assumptions without clarifying with their partners. If you're someone who likes to jump to conclusions and never takes time to find out the motives behind your partner's actions before making any judgments, you can be a serious threat to the relationship. It's important to always communicate and listen to your partner to understand them and not just answer them. This will cut out the need to make decisions based on your assumptions and save you from a lot of frictions in your relationships, both romantic and platonic. Insecurities. Some people are very insecure in their relationships with others, and they carry the same insecurities into a romantic relationship. The truth about insecurities is that many times we may not have control over the factors that create these insecurities in us, but we have the choice to believe the right things and get help so that our insecurities do not become so overbearing that it rids us from enjoying good relationships and makes us suspect every single thing. We can learn from the example of Jesus. As much as he knew that the Pharisees were always out to get him, every single time he gave them the benefit of the doubt and heard them out. He did not pull down his guard, but neither did he go around pointing fingers and accusing them of things they were yet to say. In a relationship, you must think good of your partner, and if you suspect them of something, ask them to gain clarity about the situation. Don't go on with suspecting them and burdening yourself. Clarity and communication solves everything. If you're usually suspicious of everything, it's a good thing to seek help and also let your partner understand how you see things so that they can better help you in your relationship with them. Disrespect. I think that treating others as we would want them to treat us goes a very long way in assuring that any relationship is successful. Many times it's very easy for disrespect to set into a romantic relationship, because you're with someone whom you see as a friend and with whom you're very comfortable. However, when we remember that as much as we love our partners, we should also esteem them. It helps us to better recognize their value and never take them for granted. In the scriptures, Michal, who was David's wife, despised him, and because of that, God shut her womb. I'm pretty sure she could not enjoy the marriage because all of David's other wives had children, except for her. It's important that if you're in a relationship, you respect your partner. Consider them in your decisions. Speak to them like they matter, and value their opinions to show that you respect them. If there's respect between partners in a relationship, then it's going to be a successful relationship. Selfishness. I was in a bus one day when the driver got into an argument with the last set of passengers that dropped. The elderly man had given him a large note, and he argued with him for not stating earlier that all he had was a larger note. The man was also very angry and returned the driver's insults. After the driver sought for change for some minutes to no avail, the man's wife took out her purse, brought out the exact amount to pay, and then they went their way. As much as I was shocked at the elderly man's attitude in returning the driver's insults, I was more shocked over the fact that the man's wife had hesitated for so long to pay with her own money when she could have saved her husband from being insulted all along. In a relationship, though a man takes up most of the financial responsibilities, his wife is his helper, and when either or both partners are selfish, then it will be a serious threat to the success of their relationship. You must learn to be a giver and make sacrifices if you're interested in having a successful relationship. Laziness. I earlier said that the reason why most relationships do not work out is because people refuse to put in the work. And that's very true. A relationship with partners who cannot put in the work is bound to fail. This is true with our relationship with people, family, friends, and even God. The only difference with God is that He always loves us. But we never experience the boundlessness and beauty of God's love until we put in the work. With people, however, even when they still love us, there may be a need to part ways when we don't put in the work to make the relationship successful. If your partner loves you but you have bad habits, it is a good thing to choose to work on those habits, not put a name on them and expect your partner to put up with your flaws when they can clearly be worked on. Letting go of laziness and choosing to be a better version of yourself to make your relationship a successful one will do you more good than harm. Don't be lazy, but prioritize growth in your relationship for the good of you and your partner. Cheating. Cheating is a very obvious threat to a relationship, and many times it's the ground on which many relationships end. As a Christian, it's a sin to be unfaithful to your partner, and God is not pleased with it. If you have ever cheated or you're currently cheating on your partner, know that it's not God's will for you and end it now. You can avoid cheating by being accountable to a mentor you respect and being open with your partner. Don't spend unnecessary time with the opposite sex when you already have a committed romantic relationship with another person. Stay in God and esteem all His standards. This is the way to stay far from sin and receive grace to do the right thing always. It is God's desire that your relationship is successful, and you must trust Him to make it happen as you follow His standards. God bless you and give you grace in all your relationships. Amen.